Howdy, it's Stuck on Pandora with a kick-ass Montana build. My goal here was to find a way to imitate the aggressive style I had crafted with my Striker Titan on Destiny and mold that onto Montana.
Everybody gets a taunt. You get a taunt. You get a taunt.
Montana is one of the best helixes in the game in that each choice can bring about a significantly different result. In order to build an aggressive assault-style Montana, we'll be focusing on movement speed, keeping the minigun firing, cooldown, and damage resistance. What's up, guys? So, let's do this. Let's get into this build so that you too can be charging aggressively into the enemy line, getting consistent stuns and putting out huge damage, getting a really high KD, especially you solo players who aren't really using a tank. You know, say you're in Capture or Meltdown or something, you're solo queuing and you're not using a tank for your team comp, which is where Montana's best. It's probably using him as a tank, but if you're a solo player and you're just having some fun, this can be a really fun build. For level 1, we'll be going with Go the Distance. Okay, reason being our focus is Montana's dash to imitate a Striker's Titan's shoulder charge. You want to master pinning opponents against walls with this dash to stun them and pour fire onto their face. Because we'll be so close to our enemy, accuracy is an afterthought. The extra dash distance is tough to quantify. For all we know, things are measured in the Battleborn universe in parsecs. Here's Montana standing on a block without the extra dash distance, and then with the dash. Without the extra distance, Montana is stopped at the yellow light. With the extra distance, we nearly get to the spawn opposite him. The point of this being, Montana's dash is the foundation of our build. We want Montana's dash to imitate a Titan shoulder charge. This extra distance combined with our level 2 skill and movement speed gear is what will create consistent stuns and the agility that we'll need to be so aggressive. If you've gotten Lumberjack Blast unlocked, they're the middle helix, I would go with it because it creates an aftermath damage and sometimes you'll get the odd and end kill just based on that shockwave. Otherwise, push it, because that's going to further give you that knockback on those enemies, that little more knockback, because you have to knock them into the environment in order to get that stun. Here we have our base stun, a dash into the environment with extra distance. Next we have our Lumberjack Blast with and without a stun. The shockwave you're seeing is the spear at the end of a dash. With these skills, or push it, the foundation has been laid for the aggressive, dashing style we'll present. Dashing across the map into a thrall, stunning an opponent, pushing right onto the sentry.
Enemy sentry down.
Or achieving stuns we otherwise wouldn't have had by blasting opponents into distant objects via push it. You're going to be in a whole lot of trouble if you stun somebody into a wall, your minigun's overheated and now you can't get the kill and their team comes and focuses you. You're gonna have to be fast. You're gonna have to be getting in and out, especially if you want to run this against higher level competition. Battleborn runs at 30 frames per second, so that is what it is. 1 second is 30 frames. To test our ability to pour fire onto an enemy, I timed from the frame I pulled the trigger. The important thing to note here is that we haven't gained the ability to fire longer, but that our minigun readies instantly, which is critical to pouring damage onto an enemy's critical right after stunning them.
Collector A lost.
Ice burn! Hey!
I've included this Alani clip because it demonstrates not only the initiative advantage that Gatling Grease can give you, but also the ability to be in longer fights to ready and keep your minigun firing. Between the Cooler and Firestorm, low health heroes, Firestorm is going to get the kill for you, okay? And if it's a capture match or something, I could totally see going with Firestorm, shorter, mostly kill focused. But as you get deeper and deeper into a match, you're gonna want that sustained fire. Everyone's gonna get a little bit, you know, bulkier, a little bit healthier, and you're gonna be in a target-rich environment. You're gonna be deep behind the enemy line. We'll always be proccing our Hailstorm before a dash, if possible, for the initial bonus damage it will soon give us. Because of this, the most important thing to note here, besides that we gain 2 extra seconds of minigun firing, is that the Cooler negates all the initial heat. So the minigun is ready, the enemy is stunned, you have damage resistance, and the enemy finds themselves in a mess of trouble.
Got your inclement weather right here.
Montana is one of the few Battleborn with a wide variety of helix choices to conjure up different builds. But in this case, because we're being aggressive, I mean, hot-blooded suits us. We really are being hot-blooded. Montana is peaking his health regeneration at 9.1. You'll be bouncing around 8.5. This is your sweet spot, and a skill to develop with Montana is keeping your minigun just below overheating to be at maximum damage. Mid-game, Montana is a tough play because everyone is pretty much leveled up, like Whiskey and all these other players that start slow Deondi. They've now caught up to you, and you have the biggest hit box in the entire game, so you're going to get focused really hard. So any little extra damage on you is quite risky. Icicle's pretty much PvE skill. Can be interesting, I guess if you're tanking and you're being sustained in the lane. Decent choice. Yeah, a little bit of Soul Shield. Shields are awesome. I think shields are really the way to go when you want to build a tank player. Soul Shield isn't even on our Montana at this point in the game, but look at our newfound ability to remain where we've dashed to. The health regeneration of Hot-Blooded, the tanking of Soul Shield, will give us that extra dose of survivability. We'll need to maintain this aggressive style throughout the game. Dashing deep, destroying enemy buildables, killing minions, killing a marquee in retreat, sneaking behind a Galt, aggroing our teammates. So we go with Icebreaker here at level 7, and that is because it's a 1-2 combo. You're going to activate your Hailstorm, you're going to dash in, because you're going to want that damage resistance that's coming up. If you're a tank, I can definitely see running Ice Age just for having that damage resistance longer, because you're doing sustain in the lane. Barrel cooling is, if you're going to run the fire bullets, pretty much a necessity. But for us, we're the Striker Titan, so it's, you know, basically this is our wind-up. Here we test the bonus damage of Icebreaker, doing a dash without the skill, then with. While that damage doesn't seem mind-blowing, it serves 2 purposes. It's more initial damage, which we'll need as Battleborn gain more health around us, and maybe the extra bit of damage we need to get a finish on a fleeing enemy. We'll be dashing as often as possible.
You can call me Sir Muscles of Critzel.
Cooldown gear and movement speed gear and cooldown reduction. Basically, you know, you activate your Hailstorm and you dash in, you stack it with Icebreaker and Gatling Grease, and you got a little bit of shield to allow you to survive, and you are going to get your dropkick so much now that it's not even funny, and Montana have to become the Destiny Striker Titan. Where this really shines is when we get to the gear and the cooldown and the movement speed gear that we'll be equipping. You'll really feel like a Titan. Getting that stun, you basically got your back turned to him, and you're pouring damage into one dude. And if you want to get out, you're going to want that damage resistance. If you don't have Icy Resolve unlocked, you go all the way, baby. Damage calls you. When I say it's just like that, I mean that, say Kelvin has done 10 damage, we're taking 30% of that and we're subtracting it from whatever damage he did. But in the last clip we used Hailstorm to save our life. Now at 55%, Kelvin tickles us. Alright, so level 10, I love instant payback. If you've been doing this style right, you're doing Hailstorm, you're kicking, and you're being really aggressive, you've been getting kills all over the place. I'm not saying you got a 2.0 KD, because this build levels off as people get stronger, and you have the biggest hitbox in the game, so, you know, don't expect not to die. But you've been obnoxiously aggressive, and that probably means that you're going to be focused. And you're playing a style of Montana that usually isn't played, and people seem to really find that obnoxious.
You can't keep getting away with it! He can't keep getting away with it! He won't.
He's getting focused by a Caldarius, old school Wrath, quick cooldown, and a Galt, and they were killing me within seconds, literally like 2-3 seconds, because they were all popping their ult. When I got this instant payback, I ran out knowing what they were gonna do, popped it as they popped their ults, procced a double kill, and Galt went away licking his wound. This is your revenge. All right, guys, I got 3 builds for you here on Montana. We're gonna do my main one first. All right, your meltdown or your incursion in a longer game mode. Speed and cooldown. This is a perfect flawed green rogue shard producer. Heal power doesn't matter on Montana. Cooldown time on crits. You can probably get a lot of crits as Montana, especially because you're so close. And we got these shards to hurry up and try to get us these last 2 items. Now this is not a perfect. This is a rogue stopwatch. 1050 would be a perfect purple rogue. But the point is, it has cooldown and it has sprint speed. We want to move fast because we're a striker titan. And sprint speed, and while all skills are on cooldown, even more sprint speed. I love this build. It makes Montana really zippy and agile, which is how I like to play him. Alright, now if I'm going to run in for free, this Toby Isaac build has worked out just fine. And in fact, in the capture match that I have after this, I'm pretty sure I'm running this. Reload speed not going to matter on Montana. CC duration, oh well. That shield penetration though, you know, effectively you're getting extra damage. And cooldown because we want to keep doing our dropkick and our stuns. Now this last one is a shout out to Ozmonster, friend of ours in the stream, who suggested we use Bola's target finder. I didn't have it in there right now, I was experimenting, but this right here is going to give you that dropkick and then be able to absolutely pour damage onto somebody, especially if you do run fire bullets. So lots of options with Montana. But personally, the way that I build the striker Titan Montana, the kick-ass Montana, is sprint speed and cooldown. I'll leave this build guide with some footage of striker Montana in capture with my good friend and fellow streamer Minigun running his Alani. 1. This shows the most basic gear when synergized with our Helix choices can create this aggressive assault style. There is footage on stream of my running the full gear loadout in Helix in a match of incursion, and being able to run around much like the opening footage of my Rumble match in Destiny. I'm sure we'll play it again there, and we'd love to see you there at twitch.tv/stuck on Pandora. For now, thank you for watching. Later.
Collector A secured. Collector C secured.
Where are you running off to?
Collector A lost.
Hey! Ow! Jeez, that's a... Hey, cool off.
Collector B secured. Collector B lost. Collector A secured.
Bye.